So here we go, guys, with well, there's actually been a change of plan. I'm gonna be doing season 1, but I'm gonna be doing episode 1 to 7 in this video. I'm gonna be cutting it up a bit because I don't want to get loads of stuff onto you guys. So just a quick little video, but well, I mean it's 10 minutes long, but yeah. Do episodes 1 to 7, and I'll continue to do that. So here we go, guys. Here, starting off with the first episode, which is Help Wanted, where SpongeBob applies for a job at the Krusty Krab. The start of it all. In this episode, we meet most of the characters for the first time. Not all of them, but we meet Squidward, Mr. Krabs, SpongeBob, Plankton, and Gary, all for the first time. And basically, the basic plot in this is SpongeBob goes to the Krusty Krabs to apply for the job, and Mr. Krabs and Squidward set him out to go buy this specialized spatula. He does that and comes back, and Mr. Krabs and Squidward are getting attacked from these anchovies who want lots of Krabby Patties. SpongeBob comes back and feeds them all and saves the Krusty Krab, so he gets the job in the end. Let's go into more in depth in this episode. So obviously this is the first episode ever of SpongeBob. So it's a basic plot kind of easing you into this first ever episode. No one's being a dick in this episode. Everyone is cool. I mean, Patrick kind of spews SpongeBob on to apply for this job. And all the characters are really cool for this first episode, and definitely a good episode. So let's get on to the next episode. So the next episode of the season is Reef Blower. SpongeBob annoys Squidward with a reef blower. This is kind of the first kind of interaction we get excuse me, with Squidward and SpongeBob, just the two of them. Now I believe they had some technical difficulties with their recording equipment, which meant there's no talking in this episode, but luckily it's only a minute and a half long, so like if it was longer then we would definitely get pretty damn bored of this episode. But luckily it's a short SpongeBob episode, and it's not really a Squidward torture episode. It's more of just how can I put this, like just them two, like it's like sand just goes everywhere and kind of goes all over Squidward, and there's just this one leaf which turns into sand going everywhere and all the water going and everything. So it's definitely a good episode. Make sure to watch this one. But yeah, let's go on to the next episode. So here we go, guys, with the third episode of the season, Tea at the Tree Dome. SpongeBob meets Sandy for the first time. So they meet when Sandy is attacking a clam, and SpongeBob kind of gets embarrassed because he can't defeat the clam. But anyway, Sandy invites SpongeBob over to her house, and SpongeBob goes into her house, and I think we've actually got our first ever like close-up shot with lots of like detail. So you see SpongeBob's very dried-up face. This is a very good episode. It's very well done. I mean, it may not have the most interesting plot when like they're in the tree dome and everything, but it's a good episode just because of the way it's been done, with Pinky up when he goes crazy drinking all that water with the flowers, and yeah, so it's a good episode. Let's go on to the next episode. So next we have Bubble Stand. SpongeBob sets up a bubble stand to teach lessons. So this episode, I mean, you've got to bring it around town, you know? So we get a building sequence. Squidward obviously gets annoyed, and he teaches Patrick to do it, even though SpongeBob was the one paying for Patrick. I don't know. And then in the end, SpongeBob teaches Squidward to learn he basically teaches Squidward to do bubbles, and he basically he flies away in a bubble. I am gonna give this episode meh. It's okay, an okay episode. I know I'm stealing a bit from Pie Guy Rules, but it's a meh episode. To be fair, the plot, like, if I was just watching this, I mean, I've watched this quite a lot of times, but I get a little bit bored. The plot does not kind of interest me. I don't know. For the first season, obviously, it's got to be light on for people, but the plot is that SpongeBob's just teaching people lessons how to do bubbles. I mean, bringing it around town, and the bubble sequence of how to do bubbles is funny, but for me, it's just not one of my favourite episodes of the season, so that's why it's getting an okay. Let's get on to the next episode. So here we go, guys, with the next episode, which is Ripped Pants. SpongeBob embarrasses himself by ripping his pants. So it's just a normal day at the beach, and SpongeBob rips his pants, and everyone starts laughing. And I admit, I had a laugh when that happened for the first, I don't know, 2 times, or maybe 3 times. But then it gets repetitive to a point where, just like all the people in this episode, they're getting annoyed as much as you are. Now, I get, like, maybe show like a funny montage or something like that, but they're repeatedly doing it, and it is frustrating to the viewer. But, you know, that's basically the plot. Ripping his pants, and then it just ends off with a ripped pants song, which is probably the standout bit from this episode. So this episode is getting a meh from me. It's not a bad episode. The plot is there. I mean, the plot is he's ripped his pants, but I mean, I mean, it would be a good episode if it wasn't so repetitive, and it would be a bad episode if they literally showed it one more time and that song wasn't at the end. They end it off on a good note, but once again at the end, everyone rips their pants, which I get, like, the funniness of it, but for me, it kind of gets frustrating. Tell me in the comments what you think, but that's what I think. So let's go on to this next episode. So here we go with the next episode, which is jellyfishing. Squidward gets injured, so SpongeBob and Patrick try and give him the best by going jellyfishing, to try and you know, give him a bit of fun in his life. But Squidward gets injured by a jellyfish. He's on a bike ride, and then we get this scene played, like, which feels like 100 times, but it's fine. But it's just Squidward's laughing, which is kind of obnoxious, but it's fine. So Squidward kind of, like, gets injured by a jellyfish, and then SpongeBob and Patrick want to go ahead and go take him on the jellyfishing trip, but Squidward probably didn't tell them that he got injured by a jellyfish, but yeah, so it's not really their fault. But anyway, SpongeBob and Patrick go take him jellyfishing, and he just gets more injured. And overall, this is just a good plot and a good episode. There's nothing much to say about it. So let's get on to the next episode. So here we go with the next episode, which is Plankton. Plankton takes over SpongeBob's brain to steal the Krabby Patty formula. So let's go through the plot. SpongeBob, as dumb as he is, basically goes to sleep, and SpongeBob comes in. Plankton comes in for the first time and takes over SpongeBob's brain. forcing him to get a Krabby Patty, take it to the chum bucket, and forcing over the ingredients. But SpongeBob's will to not let it go comes over it and conquers all. So, yeah, this episode is going to get a meh episode. To be honest, this plot again, for me, did not interest me at all. I mean, I can literally just look away. I mean, I don't need to watch this episode. It's not making me watch this episode. So, that's why it's getting a meh episode from me. But, definitely an okay episode, but not good enough to keep my attention. But let's get into the next episode.